All right, Jared, Ellen, real quick note on hot tub operation. All right, so the hot tub is old. We already covered that, Jared. It's kind of on its last leg. But just note that some of the jet covers are either broken off or whatever, but the entire tub functions perfectly. All right. And I'll send you a link to the operating manual for this model. But you got to stay on top of the chemicals, right? And it's just like a swimming pool. If you don't stay on top of the chemicals, water will go green. You might get some foam, that sort of thing. So just change the water. Just change brand new filter. In any event, here's kind of the lowdown on the tub. Pretty much, I'm gonna have it set at 80 degrees, okay? And so it takes about a day to get up to temperature, and you want to get in there probably 101 to 103 is really optimum. But let me just show you quickly the controls here, okay? So on the control panel here, you've got, you don't ever have to mess with any of these buttons, really. Okay, the ones that you're really concerned with is the heat and cooling. Pump 1, pump 2. There's a light. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But in order to increase, right now it's set at 80. To increase it, just keep pushing it as you get up to 103, and then it'll stay there, okay? When you're away for a couple days, it's probably best to bring it down to 80. That's what I do. But again, it takes about a day to get from 80 to, I don't know, probably 9 to 10 hours from 80 to 101, 102. In the summertime, I keep my tubs cool. I keep them right at about 89, 90 degrees, and it makes it very pleasant to get in them during the day after a hot day, of working around the yard or whatever. One of the other things here is that you need to make sure that you rinse off, take a shower, rinse off all the deodorant, sweat, that sort of stuff before you get in, and then whenever you get out, promptly rinse off the water from the hot tub, because you don't want all those chemicals on you. In any event, here's where you put the bromine tabs, and you should probably have 1 or 2 bromine tabs in it at any given time. All right, and just drop them right in there. Right now there's 1 tab in there. All the existing chemicals are in the closet, and there are also 2 to 3 packages of water testing tabs, right? So you test, it's kind of self-explanatory, but the water testing tabs, you dip one into, it's kind of like a litmus test from science back in high school. Dip it in the water, you measure it against the back of the can of test tabs. It tells you if you're high or low on any given chemical, and then you use the chemicals to adjust to get you up to, optimum levels. Again, if the chlorine, well, it's bromine, I'm sorry, but if the bromine isn't square in the tub, and if the pH is off or the alkalinity is off, you more than likely are going to incur some cloudy water and stuff like that. It doesn't mean you can't get in it. It just means the water's cloudy and so forth. The most important thing is the bromine, keeping that at optimum levels. Also know that on the hot tub lid, a branch fell. This is the second branch that's fallen and punctured the lid. Okay, first one was over there in the black. This one was just punctured here this week. And the way these hot tub lids work is they're, this is the insulating component to keep the tub, efficient. But if the hot tub lid is punctured, there's a plastic kind of vapor seal inside. If that's punctured and it rains, right, then the rain will get inside the lid. It'll make the lid super heavy. And then in the wintertime, when it freezes, you damn near can't get it off because it's so heavy. All right. So if ever there's a puncture that happens on the lid, just plug it with some caulk. Best thing to do, and I don't have any duct tape, best thing to do is to caulk it, let the caulk dry, clean it, put a big patch of duct tape on it. Good to go. Again, it's an old tub. Don't worry about the aesthetics, and if something breaks on it, what are you going to do, right? So you'll see that I've got this set up here, trying to cure this caulk that's on here for this last wound. You can simply take those off, those blocks off, and whenever you want to use it, check the water, take the blocks off. This should be dry in 24 hours, so you should be able to take it right off. I just don't want any undue kind of rain or moisture to get to the caulk that's in there trying to seal it up. All right. All the chemicals are in the closet in the master bedroom. I'll also send you a link to, like, kind of standard hot tub maintenance. Filter's good for 6 months. And if you keep the water correct, right, then that as well should be good for, like 3 to 6 months before you got to drain it and refill it. All right. In the basement, there is a black sump pump. All right. So whenever you're trying to drain this thing, there's no drain holes on. I mean, there is a drain hole, but you can't get to it. Best thing to do, plug the sump pump in right there. Drop the sump pump into the tub. Drain it. Drain as much water as you can out of it. And then just take the hose and just refill it. When you go into that mode of draining the water with the sump pump and refilling it, you want the tub to be off, because if it's dry below a certain level, it's going to try and keep warming the water, and then the heater gets dry, and then it might break, right? Same thing with the pumps. So whenever you're turning the hot tub, whenever you're maintaining the hot tub, not just chemicals, it's fine. You can leave it all kind of powered up. But when you are draining the hot tub, you need to shut this breaker off right here. Shut that breaker off. Just simply pull down on it, and then the power to the unit, which is right in there, the control panel, will be secure. Once that's powered off, then you can go ahead and put the sump pump in it, drain it. Again, once every probably 3 to 6 months, you should drain the water, put some fresh water in it. I mean, if you're having parties every night and there's 15 people in it, you probably need to drain it, refill it once a week, right? And you got to make sure those chemicals are straight. But if it's just you and Ellen chilling, and you're taking showers to rinse off the deodorant, shampoo, perfume before you get in, and you keep the water temperature or the water square from a chemical perspective, good for like 6 months. There's a store in Waynesboro called Valley Pools. They're the only ones that have the filter for this pool, for this spa. And what you want to do at the 6 month mark, when you drain the tub, right, you unscrew the filter, let it kind of drain here, and then take it down to Valley Pools and say, I need another one of these. It's a pretty expensive filter. It's like $150, but totally worth it. All right? Cool. Call me if you need anything. Thanks.